everyone. I can make that sound over because I made that, you fools. Welcome to Everyone I Know, the podcast where we argue about the mundane. I'm here again with not my brother. He's not here. They got him. They finally got him.
He's all gone.
Here with my producer, Brendan.
Hello, I'm here.
We're in Troy. That's part of the intro. We're in the Troy Castle in the sky. Welcome with the angels and the Jeebuses. This episode of Everyone I Know is brought to you by
Audible.com. You can download books that have been recorded by somebody talking.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I like how we shit on Chris all the time, but like without
when he's
him,
not here, he completely falls
mess.
apart. You can also support the cast if you want to by going to patreon.com/everyone I know. We got a little Patreon. We got little gifts to give you. I make them in my apartment. We got statues. We got candles, all in the shape of Pangus.
Is it audible.com/EIK? Is that what I was supposed to say?
Audible.com/EIK.
That's where it is. That's where you can get us money and we can do more things. We won't have to record on a fold-out table. It's going to be amazing.
It's a nice fold-out table.
This week, we have the pleasure of having a
Guest.
I'm trying to think of your full title, man. You got to say it. What? You're a show promoter?
Sure.
You're a tape label promoter guy?
Yeah, I help. I do a lot. I do a bunch of stuff. I do music stuff, and then I do things that aren't music to make money. I do all kind. I don't know. I exist.
That sounded like a euphemism, but that's okay.
No stuff like that. Like today, I was on a roof. Trying to find water on a roof and to repair the roof. That was one of the things I did. So some of it's music, some of it's weird stuff. That's why I'm so sunburned right now. I've got my first lobstering of the season today. So
we have Dan Maddalone on.
Dan Maddalone. Dan Maddalone. Maddalone.
wow, can I get a copy of that? That's sick.
Yeah, probably. I'll do that.
Thank you.
That was pretty great.
I feel like that's the first time I've ambushed a guest with the name theme song.
That is great. I mean, I feel not ambushed. I feel surprised and elated to have heard that. That was great.
Okay, so official things that you do. You run chateau shows, basement shows.
Yeah, so I promote gigs for people. I do like a house show thing. I record bands. I make videos for bands. Yeah, I do. Just music stuff. I play music. I record people. Yeah, I used to do radio stuff. Now I don't. And boom, here we are recording a podcast. I'm feeling very radio right now. I kind of miss it a little bit.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to
all right.
Welcome
here
to
we
Dan
are.
in the Morning.
EIK, here we are.
Our
And,
wild, wacky, best on wax tracks.
Do you have like sound effects like toilet flushing or anything?
I've got drum. Very cool.
Drums.
Oh, nice.
Drums are not sound effects.
Like, I think I probably got a clap in here. Hold on.
I wish everyone at home could see what you're playing. It looks like a calculator that you're touching, and then it makes cool noises.
It's a musical calculator by...
It's a
That's a
pocket
clap.
operator, not a sponsor. Could
really
be.
I tried to get them to
Should
sponsor,
be.
and they're like, no.
Probably because they're like...
Yeah, they got money. They don't need to get
Yeah.
promoted on a podcast. Anyway, thank you so much for being on, Dan.
Thank you for having me.
I think that we don't have an old man minute, so we're just going to get right into
let's
it.
move along.
Capitalism killed my brother. I'm sorry.
This sounds like you're like introing a punk song.
Capitalism killed my...
He's working right now at the Kmart. He used to be in this band. Now I don't even know him anymore, man.
Cut his hair. Fucking poser. Topic. Uh-oh. Topic. Number 1. That's you, Brendo.
I got a little bit of a cough, everybody. That's just
I
the
mean,
way it
everyone's
is.
sick right now just
I
because
know.
it's spring, I guess.
Yeah, I don't deal with the tree pollen well.
It's not fun.
It's a bad tree pollen day.
Bad news.
Because you're weak, Brendan. Just
My
say it.
topic
Just say you're weak to pollen.
is appetizers and or hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
What is... Now, this isn't the whole topic. I mean, that's the whole topic. But my first question related to the topic is what's the best hors d'oeuvre? I have a very
I
strong
really gotta
opinion, but I
hammer
want to
you
hear
on
you
your.
guys first.
I gotta hammer you on your pronunciation. Did you say hors d'oeuvre?
Hors d'oeuvre? Is that what it is?
Hors d'oeuvre.
Whatever.
D'oeuvre.
Try to spell it. It's hard.
Hors divorce.
Hors d'oeuvre.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then why'd you put the B in there? Hors d'oeuvre. I like a pig in a blanket. Why
Okay,
not?
well, that's the obvious correct answer, but
I mean, I'd be like, well, what function are you at? Because like,
Damn.
I don't want a pig in a blanket at a wedding. I'm trying to like,
Oh, that's
be
where I want
limber
'em.
and like and rock out. I want something like light. I would love like a good shrimp cocktail, like when they pass those around.
So you can get on the dance floor and still move it. You're not slowed
yeah,
down
yeah,
by
yeah.
the
If I get
dogs.
too many of the dogs wrapped in that like weird puff sheet, I will be.
oh, but it's so good.
I will be a dog in a puff sheet.
That's
if I eat too many of those things,
philo
so.
no.
Ah.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely my
Yeah.
favorite.
Thank you.
The
I'll
pig in the
be here all
blanket is
week.
definitely my favorite.
I'm trying to think. I worked catering forever. I'm trying to think of my favorite ones. I mean, like anything scallop related. I mean, I just dig seafood, I guess.
Scallop on a stick, bacon, round scallop.
That's what I'm saying.
On the stick
They're
as well.
Amazing.
Mm.
What's the best thing to dip your pig in a blanket in?
Mustard.
Cheese.
Jeez.
Oh, wow. We're,
I feel like you're a very outside the box
Yeah.
thinker, Dan. I'm very excited. You're like, he's
Man dips hot dog in cheese and you guys lose it. That's great.
like, well, he says, what's your favorite hors d'oeuvre? We berate
Also,
him
you
about
just
the
said
way
hors
he
d'oeuvre, by the way.
We berate him for his pronunciation, okay?
course.
What's your favorite hors d'oeuvre? Okay, we say hors d'oeuvres or whatever, however you spell it.
Yeah.
All right. Then you say, what's the function? Where are we at? Put me in the mind space of this hors d'oeuvre night.
I overthink everything. That's what this podcast
what
is
color
gonna
are the
be.
tablecloths?
It's going to be unlistenable. Basically, it's just going to be me pondering
Is it a buffet?
thing.
Is it being
Yeah.
heated with sternos?
Those are good questions to ask because if the sternos will dry it out, and then I gotta figure out what exactly I'm eating. You know, I know too much. I've been on the inside. I've catered to
Burned
many
myself on many a sterno.
things. Yeah, don't want to do any of that. But I don't know, cheese. I always pick cheese to dip stuff in. Mustard's good, but like, have you ever had cheese? Also, orange, pretty fucking good. You know,
That's true. That's true. What do you dip your fucking dog, pig, blanket, philo? What do you dip it in, Brendan?
Oh, mustard.
What the-
And preferably a whole grain.
Why are you asking me questions if I'm just going to give you the answer you're looking for?
Well, I didn't know we were on the same page here.
also you saying like appetizers and hors d'oeuvres, like
And how do we delineate between the two?
hors d'oeuvres are passed, appetizers are served.
I think that's correct.
I feel attacked. You guys both looked at me and said, I think that's correct, don't you?
Sorry, I'm being an
I'm-
imposing figure.
Okay, I'll fucking fire right back at you guys. What's the difference between an appetizer and an appetizer?
Appetizers are at shitty restaurants no one wants to eat at. Appetizers are possibly at shitty restaurants no one wants to eat at. They're
Yeah.
also possibly at good restaurants. You don't ever get a good appetizer.
Speaking of which, future promo.
Yes.
In sometime in the near future, there will be an Everyone's a Critic episode where we are going to go to the worst chain restaurant and order the worst things on the menu and review them.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I do that? I also love garbage. So, like, this is not.
Well, I Googled worst chain restaurant and it said people also searched for Applebee's.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of the ones where. I feel like they have like a $1 margarita thing going on right now.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to
I saw
injure
a
people.
commercial that was like, it was them or TGI Fridays as a fucking $1 margarita.
Well, they also have a quesadilla burger that's a burger between two quesadillas. But this is a topic for a future
that
show.
sounds awesome.
Although related, usually those places have okay appetizers.
I've heard that they're half off apps.
well, it's just
You
fried
get there before
bullshit.
5,
So
half
It's
you-
hours.
just
of-
frozen fried
What are you
bullshit.
gonna do? You know, jalapeno poppers. Some people
It's
call
pronounced jalapeno.
Yeah, jalapeno peppers.
You got to hit the enye. It's jalapeno.
Ah, true. Great. Yeah, those things are amazing, and all you do is you dip them into the old fryer, the fry-later. It's like, how can you go wrong? I don't want a popper from someplace that isn't Applebee's. You know.
I feel like if I'm getting here's the question: can you fully elevate trashy hors d'oeuvres? Or
Guy Fieri would say yes.
you can.
Sure. Why not? Put some caviar on that shit.
A little donkey sauce.
Donkey sauce. What's donkey sauce?
That's his special sauce.
Is that mayo and ketchup mixed together?
No, I wish. That's delicious. That's fry sauce.
What is donkey sauce?
Donkey sauce is actually really just what is it called? Mayo with like garlic in it.
Oh, like aioli?
It's aioli.
Oh, okay.
But he calls it donkey sauce because
calls it
aioli
that?
apparently is too fancy.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Oh, it's fucking Guy Fieri calls it that. Oh, okay. Donkey sauce. What What a guy that's... Well, talk about being on brand. He was like, yeah, like I would just call it garlic mayo if I was a normal person, but what's like the stupidest thing? You know
What
what?
would
I'm going to
Sammy
call it
Hagar
donkey
call it?
sauce. Yeah. I'm going to call it donkey sauce.
I feel like it probably is also his hair gel. Just throwing it out there.
why it's
Unsubstantiated rumors, like don't drag me on the internet, but I'm pretty sure it's his.
That's why his hair is that
hair.
like whitish yellow. It's because of all the
The garlic is slowly bleaching it.
donkey.
How do you
Keeps
guys
it
feel
nice.
about charcuterie boards?
I used to be a charcuterie chef
Oh, really?
at the wine bar. And
That is a very specific type of chef to be.
It's also I was not like there are okay. I'll take this back. There are real charcuterie chefs in the world. I plated charcuterie. I think pretty well for a kid who is like I literally had like Hulu on my phone and I listened to South Park episodes while I did this. This was like, oh my god, like 6 years ago. And I was also like real stoned while I did it, and I thought that I did a pretty good job. But yeah, it was it's I don't know. I think it's an overpriced thing. I didn't mind making them and eating it in the moment, but
It's one of those
overpriced.
things where when you think about it, it's overpriced, but fuck, is it good?
Yeah, I would
Now-
never order one, but I will eat them whenever.
When I go to
it's around.
somebody's house and they have one out, I am like, score.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I came here.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I've got a question about charcuterie. That's meats, right?
Meats and cheese.
Meats and cheeses.
Maybe a little
Sorted
fig
almonds.
spread of some
Yeah,
kind.
Okay, so what makes it? What's? Forgive me for being a plebeian here, but like,
You piece of shit.
what makes it like a charcuterie board, and not just like cold cuts? You know what I'm saying? Like it's fancy meats.
Well, if you
it's
just
like
had
fancy
cold
meats.
cuts, I don't know if I'd really call it a charcuterie board. There's got to be like an assortment.
Yeah, if you're just wadding up ham from Price Chopper on like a plate, that's not really a charcuterie board. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's a
about, like,
charcuterie board at Applebee's.
Yeah, I think it's,
It's an
I think it's like
appetizer.
about the placement and like the food itself. You know, like about the quality of the.
It's a
meats
little
and the
bit of an
cheeses.
experience.
Yeah.
Usually you're kind of putting a couple of things together. Maybe I'll have a little bit of this cheese.
It's an
Do I want-
ensemble
Yeah,
cast.
do I want to put it on a cracker? Do I want to put it on this nice piece of dried bread?
Yeah, what you're talking about is a deli meat tray.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, so that's where I was going
That's
with
the
this.
that is the everyman's charcuterie board.
Yeah,
The deli tray.
Make your own
that's where,
sandwich.
that's where it all started, and then
Make yourself a little sandwich.
yeah.
Now that I think about it, that really is what a charcuterie board is, really a fancy deli platter.
Yeah, it's a deli platter that you can't be wearing like
That doesn't feed anyone.
okay, well, how about this what's the duck liver stuff? The foie gras.
I think it's gross.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I don't think I've had it either. I was just wondering. I don't
if
know.
I've-
Yeah, I thought you guys were here to teach me. I thought this is what it was.
I really love pate, but
Yeah.
I just think that's gross pate.
Yeah, it seems. I mean,
It feels like extra. It's like extra pate. It's like pate that's doing it too much.
yeah. Also, I don't know any place that serves it. And I've worked at a couple.
A lot of
fine dining
people are
restaurants,
really
but-
turned off by the production of it, and so there's kind of a
It's like force feeding.
do I want to serve this and like make people like about my restaurant?
Well, it's kind of hypocritical because I eat meat, so it's, I mean, technically, like it's all like terrible and bad, but it's just like I don't really fuck with veal either. You know, which is again,
Yeah.
like it's all cruel what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
that seems like really
I just don't even
extra.
like veal. My wife won't eat veal
Not-
though, like
not
because
great.
of that. But I don't
Not
think
great.
veal tastes that great.
It's not very good. It's
I think
bullshit.
It's too expensive.
Like
for
foie
what
gras,
it
I
is.
think people like it because it has a reputation and it's like a cool
Yeah.
thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna get some veal. But I just think it tastes overly buttery and it's too rich usually.
It's like, oh, this is just bad chicken. Got it. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
like hammered flat and it's like white, and it's just like this is gross.
And there's almost like a sourness to the butteriness. I don't
Yeah.
like it. I'm just not a fan.
yeah. I ate it growing up because I feel like the Italian people in my family would make it, but
Yeah.
I never really like. I don't know.
I'm sure we have incoming comments where people tell me, I just had bad veal.
You never had like the greatest brajol in the world.
Also, yeah. I mean,
Gabagool.
also, that's for sure a real thing. I mean, I'm sure someone could make me a plate of veal, and I'd be like, "This is the best
Oh, yeah.
fucking thing I've ever eaten."
But I don't think anybody's ever going to make me veal where I say I would rather have this than like chicken parm.
literally anything else.
Interesting thoughts. Just in terms of like you don't think anyone could do that? Like no one in the world?
I don't
think so,
I don't
man.
think. Do you think Guy Fieri could do it?
I mean,
for
I'm
you?
sure if you were comparing it to like microwaved chicken parm, yes.
Yeah, okay.
But like a really good, I love chicken parm. I don't think if somebody who was like a master chef made me their best veal and their best chicken parm, I think I'd probably take chicken parm every time.
Interesting. All right, fair enough. If it's the master chef, I guess.
Yeah, not like my chicken parm, which is actually pretty good, but my chicken parm versus like
Not to brag.
Wolfgang Puck's veal.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
how
fair,
it-
fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, let's get down to business here. What's this amuse bouche I've heard so much about?
Sorry, what is this?
Amuse bouche.
I don't know what
That's
fuck
the
you're
French
talking
version of an appetizer.
Wait, I thought the French version of appetizer was
Hors d'oeuvre.
an hors d'oeuvre.
No, dude. Amuse bouche is the hors d'oeuvre before the hors d'oeuvre.
Oh my god.
Fools, I know all about food.
Oh my god. He
Yeah.
just fucking mind freaked us.
It's like
This ain't
mind freak, dude.
Holy shit. This is wild. I didn't realize I was going to get trapped in here by you.
Yeah, an amuse bouche is like they'll come with like a single almond on a toothpick or like a very good
Oh,
strawberry.
I've seen this now.
Yeah,
One very good strawberry.
yeah,
Like one Reese's peanut butter cup.
yeah, exactly. It's like the strawberry in the Grinch that Cindy Lou Who holds up and then it becomes the Grinch's eye. You know that scene I'm talking about? The animated Grinch?
Of course.
It's that strawberry.
Interesting.
Only that one.
Only that
eaten
one.
repeatedly by a million people.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever encountered this in terms of anything. I mean, also, it's like I never order appetizers when I'm out either. I think like that's not a thing really poor people do. So like I don't fucking order
That's a good point.
appetizers like ever.
No, man, you gotta get apps and zerts. It's the way to live.
Apps and
Apps and
zerts.
Yeah, you skip the meal, just get apps and zerts.
No, dude, I see
That
those.
sounds like
Those are the words of like I don't know Scrooge McDuck. Like no, I'm picking the cheapest, biggest, most hearty meal, and then hammering it down, and then just seeing
and
when
zerts,
my next meal comes.
Apps and Zerts sounds like a sweet name. Like I don't know, like maybe a cool like mid 2000s like pop rap song.
Well, I
You
pretty
get
much.
the apps
It
and
sounds like
Zerts.
Parks and Recreation, to be
sounds
fair,
like
but
two terrible cops.
Apps and
This
Zerts.
fall on USA.
Zerts, you're
Apps
out
and
of
Zerts.
line.
God damn it, Zerts! Pull it together, you son of a bitch.
I don't know, man. Think about it. You go to the restaurant, you get some potato skins, you get some mozzarella sticks,
Yeah.
and then you just have a little lava
all right.
cake at the end.
Yo, I want to call it every fucking restaurant in the world. Fucking mozzarella sticks to everyone. Fuck you and your bullshit. Mozzarella sticks, you get like 6 of them, and they're $11 fucking dollars. Give me a break. I know it's coming out of a fucking bag that you got at the fucking what is it? Restaurant Depot, and you're frying those things up, and you're giving me some bullshit cup of fucking Melba, and you're like, these are $97 because like the world's a fucking
Have
prison.
you?
Like, fuck you.
I'm gonna get local on it. So if you don't live around here, if you're the one person in Australia that's listening to us, I'm
Yo,
sorry.
shout out, what's
have,
up?
have you been
Shout
to
out down
Ralph's?
under.
Ralph's? No, where is that? Where's
It's
that?
in Uptown Albany.
Okay.
By the mall.
Cool.
By the other mall. By the
Colony
not the
Center.
Crossgates, by the Colony Center.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It is a very unassuming little Italian like bar restaurant, but they have the best goddamn mozzarella sticks you've ever had in your life.
Ralph's. I feel like I've heard of this place.
Their mozzarella sticks are mind altering,
Now I had a someone pose a
and they're not like from a bag. Like these are made there.
Well, yeah, because some people
Real
make them and they're
deal.
like slam it, but like most places you
Oh,
go
most
to,
places, you know, they got the same bag I would get
yeah.
from a
like,
shop,
what
right?
in the
Yeah.
fuck is going on here?
So I had a thought experiment posed to me once by a comrade, and he said, "Would you eat 6 like cheese sticks in a row?" And I said, "No,
Hell yeah.
you would."
Yeah, easily.
All right. Well, maybe you guys have a stronger constitution than me because I'm allergic to. I got lactose intolerance.
Oh, well,
First of all,
yeah,
did you say comrade?
Yeah, as
yeah,
a friend.
that's also
fucking
why
tanky.
why I
Yeah.
paused.
Anyway, listen, it's in vogue right now. We're trying to be cool with the kids.
True. Communism is tight. Actually. Wait, can you turn the thing on so I can do this with the cool voice? Can we turn this on?
Communism is tight. Swag.
I brought this in specifically to be able to do stuff like that on it.
Or
Maybe I can pretend that I'm a kid. What's up, everybody? Yo, it's little baby DJ Rapper in the house, and you know we're chilling with the comrades. What's goody? That's good, right?
Chris is gonna hate this episode so
Sorry,
much.
Chris.
my son.
Okay.
Sorry.
Regain my composure. Okay, so you guys are talking about mozzarella sticks. You know who actually invented those before he lost the patent?
Who?
Ricky Sticks of Albany.
Whoa, Ricky Sticks. Wow, shout out.
Sticks family.
That guy was
fortune.
out for a minute, and I didn't know where he went, and then there he
He's
was.
back, baby.
A rippy tip tapping on all kinds of stuff. There he is.
Do you know Ricky Sticks, Brendan?
I do not.
Ricky Sticks is a local character.
I don't know if you're lucky or unlucky to not know.
He
who
hangs
this
out
gentleman is.
mostly around the Upper Madison section of Albany, and he tippity taps on all different things with his little sticks that he finds around. And he's
Well, they're drumsticks, actually. I mean, he's kind of a sick drummer.
yeah, that's true.
In a lot of ways, he is. In a lot of ways, he's not. But he's kind of sick at it.
He honestly, like, as far as that type of person comes, where they'll just come up to you on the street and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Ricky's all right. I like Ricky. Fine.
Yeah, we used to have a guy
He says some
downstate.
wild shit sometimes.
We had a
but
guy
he's all right.
downstate we called Kicker, and he would walk around and just kick the curb. And if you yelled "Kicker," he'd start doing it like crazy.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Too tight, dude. Too
My
tight.
friend, or I guess someone has a video of my friend Aaron in front of Valentine's. R.I.P.
Oh, dude. I love
Oh, every time I go to
And,
every time I go to Low Beat, I'm just like sad it's not Valentine's.
Yeah, hey, Albany Med, fuck you, Albany Med, you fucking pieces of shit. No one wants your stupid fucking apartments. Anyway, there's a great
they
video
destroyed
of
the neighborhood I was in.
fucking of Aaron, like literally sitting on the ground with Ricky Sticks, and they're like trading fours. They're just going back, rippy tip tapping, and Aaron didn't know we were filming him, and he was also, I don't think he even remembers it happening, but it's one of my favorite moments from my life. I'll be on my deathbed and I'll be thinking about Ricky Sticks and Aaron tippy tapping in front of Valentine's.
Tippy tapping on the concrete.
Oh, it was great. It also rang throughout the neighborhood and probably annoyed. It was like 1:30 in the morning. But
Beautiful.
yeah, it was fun.
Maybe I heard. I used to live right around the corner from Valentine's.
You may have called the police on us. Who knows?
Nah, I don't do that. All right. Apps, dervs.
Dervs.
What do you say? I mean, here's something that my brother was here. He'd be going off about. We never got apps or hors d'oeuvres when we were kids at the restaurants. When our
Oh, we
parents
always
would
did, man.
Well, here's the reason why. My mom would say makes your food take longer to come out. I don't have time for this shit. I'm trying to get these kids to bed.
You can, yeah. I mean, your mom should have just been like, put it all in, fire it all at once, and then you get all that food just like boom as soon as it comes out.
Maybe you should tell my mom these things because
I'll let her know. If she got money like that, just be dropping straight cash
On the
apps and
I
desserts.
just picture
and
somebody at
meals.
like Applebee's orders like mozzarella sticks and then it's just like making it rain.
Also, I love that I'm like acting as though it's diamonds or something. It's like a $6 fucking thing, and I'm like, yo, if your mom can just cash out, this is $8 for whatever that is.
Dude, if you can throw that $6 on a bill, though, I mean that's your tip if you're careful with what you're
That's
spending.
wild shit, man. That's wild. Who does that? It's crazy.
I love apps and zerts. I don't like zerts. I'm sorry, I lied. I would never lie to you
I
guys.
love certs. I love apps too. I'm on board. I just like never think to order them because I'm always like, well, fuck. I'm just gonna get another meal if I have to. It's like the cost of a meal to get an app. I'm not doing that.
Is New Year's the app holiday? Because I feel like almost everything you eat on New Year's is appetizers. Do you ever eat a real meal on New Year's?
I don't do shit on New Year's. New
Yeah.
Year's Eve.
Yeah, Brendan just sits in his room and smokes.
I would
He doesn't
say-
smoke in real life, but just only on New Year's. He sits, stares
at
out the
wall
window,
and just
smokes.
sucking them down.
For some reason, I get this
Another year.
perverse pleasure in doing nothing when I know everybody's out doing something.
That doesn't surprise me in any way.
Well, but
hearing
also
that
those
about your
holidays are
personality.
bullshit. Those are the holidays for people who don't have fun whenever, and then they finally like come out of their cage killer style, and they're like, "Yeah, it's my fucking night. This and Halloween. This is when I have fun, and that's fucking it."
And my
There's no other time."
birthday.
Yeah, my fucking birthday, and those are the only times where everyone has fun all together. And then they're like St. Patrick's Day, bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
just
everyone just
hang
shows
out at
up and
home.
is like, "Let's get wasted." And I've
420 also sucks.
Blaze it,
Blaze it, 420.
blaze it. And then
Satan loves weed, and everyone knows that.
True.
Devil's lettuce.
It's true. The devil's lettuce. But yeah, I mean, I think that you're probably right that that's probably the holiday for him. Like,
Yeah, why not?
When else are you know?
There's no food for New Year's. Some people
There
do.
should be a holiday just
lobster.
for pigs and blankets because they're that good.
I think that's your wedding.
You can make him anytime.
Have we had him at my wedding?
I know.
I only
right?
got one.
You only got one? This is bullshit.
Oh,
Do
shit.
it again. Get married again.
scorn
Yeah, I was upset.
this fall on CBS. You can be the pig in the blanket, or the blanket man, or something like that. We can come up with a show.
The blanket man's coming for you. It's gonna put you to sleep.
Oink 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 oink, motherfuckers! This fall. Sorry, we're gonna be pitching a lot of shows today.
Without further ado, we're moving on now to topic number. Was that you? Did you make that noise?
That was me.
That was you. Oh, very fancy. Well, topic number 2 is you.
True. I wanted to talk. I like hemmed and hawed over this because again, overthink everything. So I wanted to like ask, like I was like, yo, we should talk, like, what's the most fucked up thing everyone's ever done? And I was like, wow, people. I was like, that might get too dark or something. And people don't want to talk
I could
about
do
it.
that if you would like.
Oh, man,
The most fucked up thing you've ever done. Say it on mic.
say it on the mic.
I'll do it.
Distribute it around all of them.
I have a story.
Yo, I got a story too, but I guess we'll settle for this and then have me back if everyone's on board to talk about the most fucked up thing they've ever done. It's such a good one. It's such a good fucking story too, and new metal. That's what I want to talk about. So I made.
I mean, to
everyone
be
really
fair,
excited.
for a lot of people, listening to new metal is the most fucked up thing they've ever done.
That's very, very true. I think that new metal is. I was on my way over here and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, I want to fucking talk about new metal because I think it's coming back. I think it's fucking dumb and also amazing, and I think that people listen to so much garbage bullshit already, and I'm like, this is fucking poised. I call it. We got 6 months before we start seeing shit about new metal, and 18 months before it's fully back and everyone has to deal with it.
What are the signs that are leading you to this?
What are the four horsemen of the new metal apocalypse?
Oh man, Fred Durst showing up, probably in a picture with like Lil Wayne or something like that.
Jonathan Davis.
Yes. Slipknot gets back together because I believe
They're still together.
Aren't they broken up?
Oh
right
no, they're
now?
definitely still together.
I thought the trash can guy sued him or something like that. I think the guy who like hit the the guy who
They
used to hit
kicked out
keg
they
with
kicked out the
baseball.
drummer.
Yeah, well,
And that caused some drama, but
Okay.
Clown said he's going to,
oh.
like he's going to retire.
Also, I love that this time you already know what the fuck's going on with this thing. For some reason, I knew.
I am 36 years old next month, so I was in high school
Yes.
for the new metal. How old are you guys?
I'm 30.
Yeah, so you
I'm
guys,
27.
you were in like middle school-ish.
Yeah.
So I was prime.
I was 11 when Significant Other came out.
Yeah,
that
this
was 99.
This was like
2000?
it was prime time for new metal when I was in high school, and I was the target audience, middle class white dude, and I was all about it.
Nailed it.
So this is a topic I am well versed in, because I think new metal is fascinating. Like,
Yeah, because we're both friends of Queens of the or friends. Oh my god, I wish Joshua call me. We're both fans of Queens of the Stone Age, right? Okay, and we were supposed to. I feel like we originally
only because Chris is not here. Because if Chris was here, we would hate Queens of the Stone Age by comparison to him.
Oh shit! So
Chris
he's
is the super
one who
fan, yeah,
fucking-
yeah.
I love Queens of the Stone Age, but he is.
I want to have a Queens off with this guy, but I'm saying like
You do kind of have a
Queens
homie outfit
off.
on right now, with the hat.
I could
Wow.
see Josh
Thank
wearing
you.
that. Yeah. You
I-
could kick up a photographer right in the face.
Hey, I would never do something like that, and he's very sorry about that. Right? Got to separate the art from the drunk moron that guy is, like 7% of the time.
And just
But
forget he
this-
ever did anything with Iggy Pop.
Oh my god.
All right, you know what? I'm not getting into this.
This is about new metal.
The point is that like that's not a very interesting conversation. I don't think most of the listeners give that much of a fuck about Queens of the Stone Age. But for those of you who do, call in, visit the Patreon and audible.com.
Yep.
And write
Very
in
good.
about
Good branding.
how you want to hear a Queens of the Stone Age themed podcast. But I feel like new metal, it really, people hate it, people love it, and it's insane. There's so much about it that's crazy.
I think
and
that people
it's great.
hate it more
Yeah.
than I think they pretend to hate it more than they actually do.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Oh.
You
But
definitely love to hate new metal.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
how much do you guys know about just the history of where new metal came from?
new metal came from
pretty good
Newburgh,
amount.
New York. Hence the new metal is
Inaccurate.
an element on the periodic table that has at least 2 electrons to donate.
Although Clown from Slipknot did produce an album by a band from Newburgh, New York.
Holy shit.
And I fucking knew that,
You're
dude.
like in the mix
Dude,
on this.
come on.
So, the root of new metal is Mike Patton.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of the early new metal bands cited Faith No More and other stuff Mike Patton was doing, Mr. Bungle, etc., as the big influences, for which Mike Patton has apologized. But Jonathan Davis cites him as like his primary influence. Brandon Boyd from Incubus cites him as like his primary influence.
Incubus, is that new metal?
I think that early Incubus is new metal.
Fungus Among Us, yes.
Yeah.
After that, though, I don't know.
I think even, I mean, if you listen to a song like Pardon Me,
Pardon me while
think that counts as new metal.
burst into
Because
It's kind of rapping a little bit.
Yeah, because early new metal was all about the hip hop. It was all the fusion, like rap rock stuff.
rapcore, yeah.
That's what a lot of that early stuff was. But a lot of it came from also like the early Fear Factory stuff was some of the first stuff that was produced in that style, with like the really mid-scooped guitars and kind of the more hip hop influenced drum beats. They got away from more of the double bass kind of stuff that metal had been sounding like.
Okay.
And then that production style got fused with kind of the rap metal stuff, and you started to get like Limp Bizkit.
And Rick Rubin was like, "There's money to be made here, baby," and then he
Yes.
jumped in on that shit like a fucking wild man.
Yeah, Ross Robinson was the producer that did a lot of that like early. I think he did some of the early Fear Factory stuff and things like that, and kind of set up that sound, that kind of sound. And then you have, and then some of the rap rock bands that come out, only really one of them has maintained being very good, which is Deftones.
Agreed.
Deftones are-
System of a Down. Also,
System of a Down
Yeah,
rules.
they're like they never got horrible, but they also like never, they really peaked at Toxicity.
Toxicity was dope. I could listen to that album right now. In fact, let's listen to it right now.
I don't
Let's
think
just stop the podcast.
Stop the podcast, listen to the whole thing
Put
from
it
start
on.
to finish,
I was
discuss
gonna
the
say, if only we
politics
could
of
play
it and
it.
how they're way more relevant now than they were then. It's beautiful. Thank you, System of a Down.
Good
You
band.
guys are Armenian, and I love it.
Yeah, them and Deftones really are like the two shining lights that came out of new metal.
Yeah.
Although I will make a strong case that the third Slipknot album is actually a really good album.
that's possibly true.
That's the one that Rick Rubin produced.
I don't know like a ton about Slipknot. There's like new metal bands that I am super well versed in, and then new metal bands that I literally have no connection to at all and know nothing about.
Well,
So
there's a huge
Slipknot's
catalog
one
of just awful new metal bands like
Oh.
that. Like we're just copying
yeah.
the big bands that had come out like Korn and Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
What's the fucking you're my butterfly, sugar, baby.
That's
Crazy
Town. What a terrible name for a band.
What is-
my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby.
Come on, my baby, you're my pretty lady. Make your legs shake, I make you
Yeah, my friend Liam in college was like, "Yo, that song was written by Rivers Cuomo," and I was like, "I don't think it." He's like, "No, like super industry secret. It was written." Spoiler alert: not written by Rivers Cuomo. Liam,
To be
Fuck
fair, Rivers Cuomo's written worse songs.
Hot take.
Wow, hot
I don't know
take.
shit about Weezer, honestly, but
Weezer put out a whole career's worth of great music on 2 albums and then just shit the bed for the rest of their careers.
you telling me that those cover songs they played weren't great?
I'll
So-
make you leave
Are you
my house.
trying to say that covers aren't cool
Get
anymore?
out.
I'm sorry. When you're cold at night, what do you pull over your fucking body? Is it covers
my
or is it
Weezer
original
blanket.
work?
So then what happened? Limp Bizkit, Korn, these bands get huge.
massive.
They're
Everybody's
gigantic.
wearing the red hats.
We got
Ooh,
the shirts
parallels
on.
to today.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then Slipknot comes along.
Wow.
Think about
Hold
it.
on, I'm not gonna let that
New
go.
metal's coming back. Everybody's wearing the Fred Durst hat
No,
nowadays. The racist Fred Durst hats are all over the
Oh
place.
my God.
Slipknot comes along and presents the worst rapping in the history of rap metal.
I did not know that
They did
Slipknot
a rap rock
On the
record?
original, on the first self-titled album, there was a ton of attempts at rapping. I don't even want to call it rapping; it's attempts at rapping.
Now, when you say attempts at rapping, you're like they start and they're like a hip, a hop,
Scary.
a hip to the hop, and then they just chicken out. And
No,
like,
it's
like
really-
in Rabbit and 8 Mile.
since I don't want our podcast to get flagged, I'm not going to play it. But I will play it for you when this podcast is over, and you will be shocked at
Tell everyone what song to listen. What song is everyone gonna listen to?
only one.
Only one.
That is
Only
definitely
One.
it's
That
called
is the name of
Only
the song.
One.
All right.
That is definitely the worst one. But they kind of brought the metal back to new metal for all their flaws. They brought like more of a metal sensibility back to it. And then when they came with their second album, Iowa, they got rid of all the hip hop
Is
influence.
that the one with the fucking that single? The only one that makes me
That's Slipknot. I know that song.
Duality.
That is
Duality,
Duality. That's
yeah.
from the third album, which I will argue is actually a really good
that
album.
song is sick.
That whole album is very good. Rick Rubin produced it. He did a great job. Ross Robinson, I think, produced their first 2 albums. But Rick Rubin did an amazing job with that album. Although they have said later that Rick Rubin like showed up once a week and went okay, and then left.
Dope. That's what
His
Rick Rubin's
assistants
paid to do,
did a
baby.
great job on that album. But
Just said okay. I love it.
but that album's actually really good, and they like brought in all these new influences, and it's good stuff. But
I'll say that
then they slid backwards right after that.
Like the reason why I think that now like I'm willing to defend it is because like at one point in time I was 12 and I fucking loved it, but now as an adult I look back and I can't defend it in any way other than I see that there is immense originality, or maybe not. I guess originality would imply that like it wasn't derivative in any way, shape, or form, which is incorrect. But it takes would take incredible courage to be in a band like that. And I think that a lot of music that people make now is very good, but it is not very brave. And I think that being in one of those bands and like doing the shit that those bands did would take a very brave human being. I don't think that I would have what it takes
to put on the mask.
Well, you got to
to
put
put
yourself out there for a lot of that stuff.
Well, I know, but it's like just like imagine starting a band that's like Korn right now. Like even if Korn never existed, like now it would be like it would be crazy to do, or it would be seen as a parody or something tongue in cheek. But
Yeah.
it just like what an incredibly I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of an intense move, and I at this point in time in my life respect it.
Okay.
As a 12-year-old, I didn't like know to do anything other than to be like, "Yo, Fred Durst fucking rules. This guy's sick," and that was my only thought about everything. Like, I like skateboarding. But
I read a really good article once. I can't remember the details of it now, but I think it was like in defense of new metal or something like that, and it made a good point, which was, everybody looks at this music and makes fun of it for like that. It's very angry music, but it's so goofy in how angry it is. Mm-hmm. But that kind of anger actually is goofy in real life. When somebody's like that pissed off and angsty, it is goofy.
Yeah,
and maybe we're
goofy
doing
as
these
fuck.
bands a disservice by assuming that they're taking this as seriously as we think they are.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
that
like-
kind of the goofiness is kind of just part of it.
that first Limp Bizkit tour, they climbed out of a giant toilet. Like, that band knows what it is. And for better or for worse, I think that that's at least something to give them credit for. Like, they're not like, we're the Beatles. Here, like, take this at the
They did
same
cover
value.
The Who.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was late. The guitar player from Snot was in it at that point in time. Wes Borland was out. We're not talking about that Bizkit.
Wes
I'm
Borland
talking
was a
about
weird dude.
He is a
Disturbed cover.
Great painter. Look up that dude's painting. Legit. You'll see him. You'll be like, no, Wes Borland. I don't fucking think so. So you Google that shit. And you'll be like, wow, this dude is an insanely talented painter. He's fucking wild.
I gotta say this: Disturbed covered "Sounds of Silence" by Simon and Garfunkel.
Disturbed is unacceptable.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing about
no one's on board with that.
Here's the thing about Disturbed that I didn't realize until I did a little photoshopping job on the guy from Disturbed. What's his name, Brendan? You know it?
David Draymond.
David Draymond. He looks just like Howie
Howie
Mandel.
Mandel,
He
yes.
looks just like Howie Mandel,
Oh my
and
God,
it's
gonna
very
be in my head.
crazy.
So a friend of mine
Without
actually,
the two piercings,
a friend of mine
Howie
actually,
Mandel.
a friend of mine had an experience with David Draymond.
Yes.
So
yes.
have I told this one on the podcast?
So
before?
many times, but it's worth it.
I don't know if I
Go
just
ahead.
told you or told you on the
Real
podcast,
quick.
but a friend of mine was working on Ozfest, and he was working at a tie-dye shirt stand, and
What
you got
year?
like this had to be
Whenever tie-dye was in, bro.
mid 2000s. And he had a backstage pass, and he's walking, and David Draymond pulls up to him in a golf cart, says, "Get in." My friend gets in. David Draymond speeds it up to max speed, flips it over, gets up, and walks away.
What? That's crazy.
He just goes, oh, wow.
Yeah, and then ooh-ah.
Wow, that was
Can't
actually
do it.
pretty
And
good.
I can do it so much better. I'm feeling a little phlegmy today.
It's they're really bad.
No, it's a bad band. Yeah,
That
a lot
is
of
to
these
me.
bands-
That is the depths of new metal. That's the bottom.
That's the bottom of new
That's
metal.
the bottom of new metal.
Did Slipknot scare you guys?
What about, like-
I loved Slipknot.
feel like I've never listened to a Slipknot song because they still scare me to this day.
I
I was
seen
12
them.
and wasn't scared, but I could understand being 9 and being scared of that band.
Exactly.
Well,
Well, long-
they have like dead people's skin on their
They're
face.
scary,
before
and my
I
mom
ever-
doesn't like them.
Long before
Not
I
at all.
Long before I ever moved
Fair.
up to the
Very
capital
fair.
region, the first time I ever actually came up to the capital region was to see Slipknot at then called the Pepsi Arena, now the Times Union Center. And we got there 4 hours early, and we stood in line and met Serge from System of a Down.
What the fuck was he doing there?
It was the Pledge of Allegiance tour in 2001. It was just after 9/11.
Piece of shit.
And it was System of a Down, So this was the lineup, but one of the bands didn't show up. Mudvayne didn't show up, but it was Mudvayne,
Yeah, who cares?
who is a very underrated band.
Really?
Very underrated.
Great bass player.
Great bass player, great drummer, not great guitarist, but the vocalist is actually really good too. He's one of the only people I've ever seen that could do that like really fast nu metal screaming and pull it off live. Because like Corey Taylor from Slipknot can't at all. But it was American Head Charge. That is
Holy
some
shit.
C-rate nu metal right
Fucking
there.
Phil Anselmo's other band?
No. I have no idea who that is.
Phil
I mean, I know who
Anselmo
Phil
from,
Anselmo is, but I don't know who his other band is.
Man, who the fuck? Oh, I'm thinking of Super Joint Ritual.
Oh, yeah. No, this was American Head Charge.
Is that not his other band?
It's definitely not. These guys they were part of the like nu metal industrial like wing of nu metal.
Okay, so leaning back.
And they were
toward-
they were also in the like big band camp. Like two
Okay.
guitar players, a bassist, two keyboard players,
Big
a
band.
drummer, a singer, like huge band.
Chubby Checker and the Big Bopper were on there, and
The-
they crashed the
sure.
plane.
But yeah, they were from like the industrial wing of nu metal. So it was them.
Wow, yeah. Genres listed on Wikipedia: nu metal and industrial metal.
Yeah.
Damn, you know your shit.
and Rammstein.
Rammstein.
Rammstein was on that show.
Oh,
That was the highlight of the show because they're unbelievable live.
Are we gonna get flagged for me going?
Yes.
yeah, dude, it's spot on.
Yep. Jeff Bezos is going to arrest us.
Yeah, I'll fight Bezos tonight. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit.
So Rammstein was amazing, and they lit everything on fire, and it was the most glorious thing ever.
it.
It's like 7 bands. How many bands would you list?
Like 4.
Is this a lie?
It's like 98 bands.
So
dude.
it was American
98
Head Charge.
degrees.
Then Mudvayne didn't show up.
Okay.
Then it was Rammstein, System of a Down, and Slipknot.
Oh, okay, cool.
So quite a tour.
Pretty good show.
That was the first time I ever saw Slipknot, and I got hit in the face with a stick from one of the percussionists
Stick Knot.
Whoa,
because we
that
showed up
seems
so
like-
early that we were like up against the gate.
That seems
You're
like
riding the rail?
best case scenario. And you're so young at that point, you're not pounding beer, so you don't have to pee.
That's
so
right.
you're just sweating out the like 3 cups worth of urine you have in your body anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're just up there for the whole time.
It was glorious.
Man, I miss not drinking.
It was a good show. So, System of a Down was amazing. But
didn't know
Rammstein, come on, you can't play with Rammstein because they will steal the show from you.
Yeah. Especially that keyboardist. Ooh, he's weird looking.
Dude, it's just this. Their live show is so over the top and ridiculous and
Yeah, dude,
amazing.
they're insane.
And
They
they're
put
so
people-
it's all self aware, so it's even
Oh,
better.
of course. I took German in high school, and they would play us Rammstein videos to help us learn German. It was a
Did
fun
they
way.
realize what Rammstein was talking about?
Definitely not the song Buch dich,
No.
Buch dich, which means bend over in
Yeah.
German. And
Their-
you should have known
their
that. You
songs
speak
are
German
all
better than
about
I do.
weird
Bend over,
shits.
touch your toes.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
that's
their
true. It was
songs
like
are-
heads, shoulders, knees, and toes, but for
Yeah,
German.
Their songs are all
guys.
weird sex stuff.
Yeah, of course. You've got a oh wait, what's is that America? You've got a pussy. I've got a dick. I love it when he speaks English. It's great.
well, how did they miss that?
The Dicka part, maybe they thought it was Mike Ditka from
Like,
the,
you've
from
got
Da
that-
Bears.
You've got the ditka.
Yeah, Till Lindemann is like one of the great frontmen of our generation.
Damn.
But yeah, no, I remember they passed around. Somebody went to a photocopier and photocopied the lyrics to Do Hast and passed them around our German class. It was great.
Yeah.
They really played it fast and loose in the German class.
Clearly.
They didn't have
Yeah.
a permanent teacher for a long time, so
That's why.
yeah. So that was that.
Yeah, that was 2001 for me. That's what
okay.
I was into in 2001.
I feel like we've done a nice history of new metal, but what makes you think the new metal's coming back?
Because there is no new material that exists on planet Earth. It's over for all of us. We're done. We're reaching literally the end of everything, and I think that movies,
Everything
music,
Ends is a
TV.
Slipknot song.
Oh shit! See,
There you
Corey
go.
Taylor knew it was coming. He's a time traveler. But just I think that all right. I'm probably supposed to be like confident about this on here. I'm not supposed to like show any sort of weakness.
Yeah, we're very judgmental.
Yeah, I'm certainly not doubting this at all. What I'm saying is I'm sure it's coming back. I don't know. I just think that people get bored and then everything, it's a fucking cycle. Everything gets repeated.
But
Why
here's the
fuck are
thing: new
Backstreet
metal is
Boys
actually
still
like,
fucking touring?
even though it has some unifying factors, it's pretty broad.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what kind of new metal is coming back? Is it like the rap rock new metal, or is it like the Slipknot new metal, or is it like the industrial new metal?
Well, but here we go in terms of like, is Rage Against the Machine new metal? Because if you ask someone in 2000, they'd be like, yeah, Rage Against the Machine's a new metal.
Yeah, I don't
Then
think
now
I
it
wouldn't.
is.
Those
I-
people are fucking stupid.
Yeah, I wouldn't count them.
But
as
I'm
new
saying
metal
that, like,
bands.
well, yeah, I mean, I think what I'm saying, I guess, is like a broad form of metal pop music with possible hip hop influences will make landfall at some point in the next 18 months in a way where there's going to be someone who like boy bands are literally back.
Yeah.
Like they're back. What's the BTS?
Yeah.
BTS, yeah, the Korean.
Also, there's so many
K-pop.
people in that band. That's fucking wild. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't think that you could have a boy band that would satiate the egos of that many people, but apparently I'm fucking wrong.
Well, metal has gone increasingly unpoppy in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, and
It's
I think
got increasingly
about to-
like more extreme and less.
And I'm also not. I'm not
friendly.
saying Mastodon's releasing a fucking new metal album. I just mean like I bet you that someone fills this need. There's gonna be someone who does it. Maybe it's not a. I'm not saying we're gonna. Just
Yeah, I mean,
relive-
Mastodon has been like one of the poppiest new metal bands. Their music's not that poppy.
Yeah,
Like they're one of the most radio friendly metal bands that's
for
around.
sure. But I just mean like I think that someone's going to do it. I mean, we're not going to relive the days of like selling, 30 million units or whatever like Limp Bizkit probably
my
did.
God.
Like that's not going to happen. But I just think that like no one. I feel like no one's making it and no one's paying attention to it. And I feel like someone's going to start making it, or someone already is. But like people. Are
I
gonna
mean,
start
yeah,
paying
I'm sure
attention
that
to it in
you
some
could
way,
find
shape, or
yourself
form.
in a Bandcamp hole where there's
Oh, yeah.
a ton of people that are still doing it.
Let's put out the EIK challenge. If you're in a new metal band and you want to tell us all about your new metal hopes and dreams, you come on the cast and you fucking tell us all about
Yes.
your.
And I do want to take this opportunity to say something that I always take every opportunity to say when I can, even though he's not really new metal. Marilyn Manson is very underrated as a genuinely good musician.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson's fine,
Agreed.
dude. His
Agreed.
new
The last two albums that he put out were so good.
I want to say Thin White Duke because that's what the name is supposed to be, but whatever his Thin White Duke album was, that was good.
Yeah.
It was very good. And it was Marilyn Manson and he's back. And apparently he got his dinger back. They gave it back to him after the video. He got rid
What's
of his
a dinger?
boobers and he gave him his dinger back. He's
got his wiener.
His
Gotcha,
wiener, yeah.
gotcha,
We're a kid-friendly show, so
It's
we
a
say
Dicka,
ding.
I believe.
The Ditka, yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, a ton of kids listen to this podcast, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
Children love.
Mostly kids. That's why we try
Radio.
to say yeet a lot. You saw
Gotta
the
get those
communism
millennial
thing.
numbers.
Try that. Got to get it up.
Yeah,
Gotta get it
tankies
up.
are big now with kids.
Okay,
What's
they
the next generation before
Zoom,
millennials?
Zoomers.
Before
Next.
before millennials?
Gen
was,
X.
That was
No,
Gen
I'm
X.
sorry. I mean,
Next is Zoomers.
The next one's
Gen
That's
Z or
yeah.
the Zoomers.
Gen Z Zoomers.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. We got to get those Zoomer numbers.
Yeah,
up.
dude. That's why we made my brother start juuling. He's got a jewel now.
Yeah, Gen Z born after new metal.
Wow.
They're the market. That's who we got to get. They've never
Yes, they
seen
don't
this
know what
shit.
the fuck it
here.
is. They get that shit dumped on.
Fred
them.
Durst comes out and says, "Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "Yes."
Jonathan Davis is
I
going to come
fucking
out
love
with this.
They do.
boom, bop, boom, bop, bee, bop.
Nobody on earth can do the bop a doop dop a dee better
Except
than
for
him. Maybe
Hanson.
Hanson, yeah. Maybe Hanson should team up with fucking Korn. They have the final bop battle.
Do you guys remember when Vanilla Ice went new metal?
I did hear about that. I
Wow.
did not
No.
listen.
I
It's-
ran away
He
from
loved
that.
Jesus and new metal at the same time, right? They're directly correlated.
I don't know if the timing matches up for that, probably, but that was but he redid Ice Ice Baby
Yeah.
as a new metal song.
Ice Baby! Vanilla Ice Baby!
That's pretty much what it sounds like.
I have a band.
That is insane.
My friend's band. They do that sometimes. They'll play the alt version.
People like it.
People get down. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
In the well, it's one of those laughing while you're playing it, but
They
also
laugh for
kind
all
of
4 minutes of it.
It's not the whole song.
Oh, okay.
They just
All
kind of drop into a verse, and then they'll do the chorus, and everybody dances and spins in circles.
Don't
Good
forget
time.
our buddies, man, in Alien Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm sponsor the cast.
Are you guys friends with people from Alien Ant Farm?
No.
No, we did an episode playing a lot of their great quote unquote greatest hits album.
They have a greatest hits album.
which is funny because
It's called their Millennium Masterwork Collection.
Well, collection seems strong. Collection implies that there's
like a
It's,
box
it's
set.
their
with-
2 singles and then a bunch of other songs.
wow. So Smooth Criminal, which isn't even their song.
No, that's
and
their song.
movies.
Yep.
They made that song. Michael Jackson, he didn't make it.
He heard it.
Just
traveled
another
back to the
piece of
past.
somebody's innocence he stole.
Yep. Oh, Jesus. Wow. All right. Well,
Wait, hold on. Alien
ahead.
Ant Farm, is that a new metal band?
I think that they're.
I think so.
They're borderline.
Borderline. Agreed.
They're little. They got the rap there.
Dude, if fucking and just like the movie, like if fucking Incubus is new metal,
They're
then-
straddling. Well, think about when they came out too. That stuff really came out like 2001.
Yeah,
they were straddling the transition from that to
Butt
like
rock.
the popular like the screamo emo stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that they fall right in between those two camps.
Yo, I gotta say, shout out to Incubus for being a bridge from new metal to, I guess I don't want to say better,
Better, greener pastures.
greener pastures, but that band it was pretty sick. It helped me transition into some other stuff.
Well, I mean, I moved out of new metal and into like when I saw that all these musicians were influenced by Mike Patton, I got into Faith No More and Mr.
Yeah.
Bungle, and that was kind of like my gateway drug to a lot of the music I like now because I got into Mike Patton.
and that's why you're cooler than me is because your gateway was Mike Patton and my gateway was Brandon Boyd.
Well, I got into
Who's hotter though?
Once I got into Mike Patton, and then I started, it was like, oh, he's got his own record label. Who's on this record label? And I started going through all the people on the record label. I was like, oh, who are the Melvins? And that's how I found out the Melvins. And then,
Okay.
like, who's this band ISIS? And then I got into ISIS.
And then you moved to the Middle East and death to America. I get
that's
it.
exactly what happened. You know, they can't sell their merch anymore.
They can't sell their merch at all.
They had to redo their merch and take their name off it because
So
people wouldn't buy it.
What's their name now?
It's still ISIS.
Oh,
but they're
you just have to like keep it on the DL.
well, they're not together anymore. They
Oh,
recently
okay.
played a reunion show because the bassist from Cave-In died in a really terrible accident.
Yeah.
So ISIS came back together to play a show, like a benefit show for his family.
It's so funny that those fucking piece of shit dipshits in actual scary terrorist fuckhead ISIS like pick that name. And
Yeah,
they
it's,
didn't-
it's
that's
an
the thing.
Egyptian
They
guy.
didn't
They
pick
didn't.
that name.
No,
No, they
it was
didn't.
given to them.
No,
someone just gave him that name.
they're Islamic State in the Levant. They're ISIL.
Yeah.
But it was the West. It was people in the West media that started calling them ISIS.
There's something about
Wait, are you serious? Is
Levant
this
being
like
a region that
Chipotle thing where like literally just white people who didn't have any fucking idea what was
No,
going on?
there was some
just like,
politi-
it's ISIS question mark and then just like renamed it and just changed the word.
I think that there was some type of political motive to it because what's that area, Levant?
Yeah.
It's like something recognizing that specific area in a specific way. The S stands for something else.
Interesting.
Egyptian god
they
of,
don't call themselves ISIS
something.
because also, like, spoiler alert, they're Arab. They're not really speaking English.
Yeah.
They don't even call themselves ISIL, really. That's just the translation.
Right.
That's what they call themselves when they're communicating with the English-speaking world.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a Arabic term that they call themselves, which is now escaping my mind.
It's probably Jeff. We're Jeff. We're all Jeff.
We're Jeffrey.
Jeff Jeffries.
Fear us. Death to America.
My transition out of new metal was from new metal into Nine Inch Nails, and from Nine Inch Nails into like electronic music and like IDM and stuff like that. So, topic number 3. Very cool. Okay, I'm topic number 3 today, and well, we got a little curveball here because Dan brought this fancy devil box here, the clackety box,
True.
and
Some more game on this.
I think we're gonna give it a little more game.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I just want to ask you guys, what are some adult flavors of ice cream, of candies? Listen, let me summon the devil first.
This is
Jeff Bezos, Whole Foods, Old Foods, Amazon.com.
Troy, New York, the other hell. What's up? I haven't been here in a minute. What's good?
What's up, Satan?
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you? I wanted to ask you. So Satan's for big boys, right? He's an adult acquired flavor, I would say.
I mean, I'm for anybody who's down, you know?
If you're down to just love yourself and rely on your own
If you're
power.
down for evil ass shit, I'm fucking down.
So I wanted to ask you, what's some adult? What are some adult flavors? What is Satan party on?
Adult flavors like of ice cream specifically, or like adult flavors of like anything?
An adult palate. When I was a boy, I did. When I was a child, I did childish things, and I had the mind of a child. Now that I'm a man, I set those things aside, That's a Bible quote. Does that make you uncomfortable, Satan?
Hell no. I wrote that shit.
Oh, EOK
True.
exclusive.
God bit me. Bit my shit. Took it. I wrote that Bible and he fucking stole it.
All right. And now, so
give me an example of what you think.
okay, so
adult
for me,
flavor is.
here on Earth, in the human corporeal zone, I'm thinking something more along the lines of like a licorice is an adult flavor. You're not getting kids eating licorice. You know what I'm saying?
True. I thought you were like meaning like blood and
Like
Like-
dicks
like
and like
semen
yeah.
and like fire and hellstone or something tight. Okay, so you mean like boring shit your grandma gives you. Okay, so butterscotch, fucking
You're
also
confusing
licorice.
adult with elderly.
Fucking licorice, dude. What adult is eating licorice on the reg?
I eat
They're
fucking
getting
licorice.
Sambuca.
You kidding me? I won't.
Next flavor is Werther's.
Werther's
Werther's original.
Werther's
The
original.
official candy of hell.
The place in Troy, the Dutch Udder, not a sponsor, is
Sponsor us, Dutch Udder.
I've had that cream before. It's delicious.
Yeah,
Satan's
it's
favorite.
they have beer flavors.
Okay. Yeah, beer is a flavor that only adults can appreciate.
Yo, yeah, liquor. Adults love tequila. Children do not. Believe me, I've tried.
Yet many children are caused by tequila.
It's
Also
true.
true.
Now,
Is that irony? I don't know the definition of irony.
I'm not sure that. I think
Satan.
that's just like that's just a thread in the plot there of the bit. Okay, so you guys are gonna shit talk me when I say something. Okay, well, what about horseradish? Is horseradish an adult flavor? Can you see a child eating horseradish?
a fucking cool child, baby. Like a child that's like super tight. Just like slamming down horseradish on the reg. But no, I get what you're saying. Like wasabi, horseradish. Like that's for adults. Like it burns you. You know?
Adults like to be flagellated for their
Adults
foods.
want to be burned. Children do not.
You are the expert.
It's true.
Now, so you're saying you do have some children in hell. There's got to be some shitty kids out there, right?
Oh, there's mad children in hell. There's like so many. It's crazy. Especially from like years and years ago. Children would die like on the fucking reg. It was insane. It's like more
Look how
likely.
Satan sounds like he just smoked like a fat blunt.
Yo, listen, what do you think hell's all about? You don't get to do that shit in heaven.
Yeah,
What do you
dude.
think all the cool people are? Hendrix, down here. Fucking Bezos, coming down here. You got 30 months, Bezos. See you soon, fucker.
Oh, dude, if only. This is an EIK proclamation. Last week we said you can punch Nazis and you can shoot Nazis and all that stuff. If you see Jeff
Oh, yeah.
Bezos on the street, you can shoot him dead. It's
I
a
don't-
it's a
I feel like-
declaration.
Based on law, you shouldn't. But based on what I like, you should.
Now, okay, so okay, we're you know what? Let's throw the adult thing out. We'll come back to it later. Let's interview Satan a little bit. This is
What's up?
very
What
we've
do you
only
wanna
had him on the
know?
cast like 2-3 times. Okay, Satan. So you like it when people they do bad stuff. Ooh,
Oh, yeah. I love
bad
that
stuff.
shit.
How can I get some comparative bad? How bad the activity is versus how much you like it? So let's say cutting in line. How much you like that? It's like whatever. That's just a straight whatever.
I mean, I'm into it, but it's not going to, like, get you down here, you know? It doesn't
Okay.
bump you to the front of the hell line.
Okay. No, there's like a red velvet,
Oh, yeah, it's super sick. There's, like, people taking photos and shit. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like a red carpet. It's like, straight into hell, which is fire just forever.
I feel like that would be confusing for the people on their way in. They'd be like, "Oh,
yeah,
this
it's
must
hell.
be
It's-
heaven."
It's supposed to be confusing. We want to, like, fuck you up as much as possible so you think it's going to be tight. And then you're like, oh, no, I'm in hell. This is crazy. Whoa,
Super not tight.
no.
Okay. So cutting in line's not great. What about stealing a coworker's lunch at work?
It could drive the coworker to eventually murder you. So like, I'm like pretty down with that. Like it's like a long game kind of ploy. You know?
Okay.
I feel
So-
like it's like a long game thing. So like I respect it, but like again, like what you should be doing is like taking a big old shit in the coworker's lunch, and then you'll be good to go. You know, that's really some Satan stuff right there.
Okay. What's like the most satanic like skateboard trick, for example? Like what's Satan's favorite skateboard trick? Come on.
Oh man, most satanic skateboard trick.
Maybe like a 180, like Christ Air, like the inverted cross. Is that too gauche for you? Is that
It's
too
a 666.
obvious?
Too obvious. It's too obvious. I'm trying to think of something sick. All right. Damn. This is a good question. I'm like, and now I'm like legitimately trying to figure this out, which also seems like the wrong way to answer this question. I think the most satanic trick that you could do is doing like a sick acid drop like straight onto a baby or something, and then you're like really,
acid drop into a nursery.
yeah, like really just bomb drop off of something like straight onto a small child. That's the sickest shit.
That gets your special bar fully
Hell yeah,
up.
special bar all the way straight to hell.
Okay, so man, here's a question I got for you.
Yes,
All this holy water shit, does that work on you, or is
No.
it okay?
it's bullshit.
Okay.
It's just pee-pee. No one cares. It's too
So-
easy. You think I could be taken down by water, blessed by some fat dude
Yeah.
in
Okay.
a
So
fucking robe? No way.
it's
no
like
way.
me priest, me play joke, me go pee pee in your holy water.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well. Okay. So I've heard that using a demon's name directly gives you power over them. Is that true, or is that just like
I've never heard that.
that's the thing? That's like that's what the exorcists do. They say Beelzebub. They say, you gotta get out. Time to go. Ooh, last call. Get out of here, the devil.
You're really compelling as someone trying to get somebody out. I really like that.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
like,
realize-
Hey, listen, why don't you get on out of here? Like, hold on 1 minute.
Your
Why don't
Uber's
you-
here, Satan.
Yeah, you've overstayed your welcome, fella. Yeah, see, that's not going to work on me. I'm the devil.
I didn't realize that exorcists were basically like overly polite neighbors asking you to get out of their lawn.
like, hey.
You know what? It would be cool if you made your kids not play on my lawn. I just treated it. See, that's not going to work on me.
Okay.
Trying to think of other adult flavors, though.
Okay, well, here's an adult flavor that I'll throw at you. I think the tomato is an adult flavor. Not in stuff, but on stuff directly. Raw tomato, a child will not eat.
Well, the Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
Mmm.
Will children not eat tomatoes?
If you cook eggs in tomato,
I
it's
fucking-
eggs in purgatory.
True,
Why is that?
true.
Well, that's what it's called.
That's what it's
Yeah,
called?
They had it, they make it at Parecas in Schenectady.
That's weird.
right.
Do you go there often?
Schenectady is where Satan loves to vacation.
Satan would vacation in
Hell yeah.
Schenectady.
Parecas, though, legit delicious as fuck. Those lemon bars, to die for.
And go to hell.
Not a
Go
sponsor.
straight to hell.
All right.
Not a sponsor. Not a
now-
sponsor.
Now, Brandon said it sounds like you smoked a big fat joint. To me, it sounds like you've been huffing on like butane or something like that. Like,
People don't do that.
people do butane, my
Do they?
friend. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bad kids who have parents who refill lighters do that.
Damn.
I had
guess you
a-
can get high on anything, can't
Yeah,
you?
well, inhalants are great because you can just do them, and they're
Are
usually
they?
just around. No, they're not great. Don't do them, kids. Unless you want to go to hell. I don't know.
Do them.
I had a boss at a kitchen that I worked at that told me that they used to do butane when they were kids, and he said, "You know how helium makes your voice real high? Well, butane makes your voice real low."
Oh,
And I'm sorry if
shit.
that's like insulting to you. I don't want to like mock you.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a
Wow.
I have a habit of picking up people's
Not
accents when I
cool.
talk to them. Like it's just.
You think that this accent is fake? That's bullshit.
I'm not saying it's fake. I'm just saying like it's sticky. You know, it's attractive to me. I feel like it seemed like a fun guy having a
Oh,
fun
I'm super
time.
Fun. I'm so fun. I'll send you straight to hell.
All right. Here's the question that I have about hell. Okay, so bad people go to hell. Do they get punished worse than not so bad people? Like, are the worst people like real big in hell? Like, are they like the
No,
managers?
it's
or
like
is
a
it?
flat tax. Everyone just gets roasted the same,
Okay,
which
okay.
is really, truly what makes it the most hellacious thing of all. Like, if you just make it down there just barely, you get fucked up just as bad as Hitler, which also makes Hitler seem just like every other piece of shit that's down here, which also fucks him up. It's a smart way to do it. It's why I run hell.
It's very efficient.
I'm
Honestly,
very good at it.
it's pretty like okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if this is a hot take. Get it? Pun intended.
Wow. You're coming down here.
Yeah, I know.
honestly.
I got my days are numbered. But You know, I was just thinking, you know, if everybody's treated the same in hell, that's pretty equal opportunities. Isn't that great? Everyone's punished the same. It's like a shitty comedy from our comedian from like the 90s.
Chill.
Satan's a tanky.
Exactly.
Don't make me seem chill. I'm not. I did it to be mean. You can't just change why I do things.
I'm just saying.
This is bullshit.
It's not like, you know, no one's getting special treatment down there.
I think I should leave, honestly. Because I can't imagine that this is made for a very good episode because people don't really like me. And so I'm going to leave.
Everybody loves Satan.
I'm offended.
Okay, well, listen.
Goodbye.
There is a documentary coming out about Satan very soon called Hail Satan.
Oh, really?
Have you heard about that? It's a Church of Satan documentary.
Oh, sick. Those people are tight.
Yeah, some of them are nerds, but it's cool. Are
nerds belong in hell, too.
I was going to say, like, what's your stance on nerds?
We've got room for everybody.
Yeah,
We've got room for everybody in hell.
I feel like the more you speak, the better you sound. Just if I forget that hell is eternal torture, like it just sounds like you're just like, yeah, come on down. There's room.
When you think Satan was going to be like someone that would like not be like, you know, scarily, you know, cool.
They did that actually in the Bible. It says the devil would be attractive and
yeah, I'm hot as fuck. I'm real hot and I sound cool and I like cool shit and you're coming to hell. What's
okay.
happening?
Well, thank you so much.
I'm leaving though. Dan,
Okay.
Dan is coming.
Okay, let me reverse summon you. Bezos. Damn.
That was sick.
So Dan, you were just possessed by the devil. It seemed like you feel okay.
Felt great.
Felt great. Okay, good. I feel like this devil is pretty tight.
I have no. I don't remember anything. That just
I'm not
happened,
saying that you do. I'm just saying maybe you know when you get home you can listen to the episode and tell me if you think he's
sick. I will not be listening to this episode.
Hot or not.
Yeah, the devil seems cool. I'm down. I feel like I hope that you added a segment at some point in time, but you know, can't imagine all of that was good. But
all right, if you're still listening, thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
If you're not listening anymore, we apologize.
Also, fuck you.
Yeah,
That's just for me, though.
yeah.
Not for
It's
me,
time.
okay.
It's time to
These folks are
fucking.
very nice.
Yeah, you're all great. Anyway, thank you so much for being on, Dan.
Thank you very much for having me. I hope that we did a good. I hope that I did a good job.
I think you did great.
All right, sweet.
You can support us on Patreon. You can go to audibletrial.com/okay. If you want to give Bezos money instead of us. Thanks, guys. And as we always say, be
Nice.
Nice.
You like jazz?